This is the Barbados Today afternoon news for Tuesday, October 10. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary Claire Williams. Principal of the Cave Hill campus of the University of the West Indies, Professor Eudine Barriteau, wants more investment from the private and public sectors to assist students in pursuing tertiary education. She says she fears that fewer students will be able to afford university following a hike in fees and the removal of government subsidy for local students. The increased fees were announced ahead of the start of this academic year.
I am really worried that if the trend continues, higher education will only an elite would be able to afford it, because we know in Barbados, the economy is tight. People are trying and they're doing their best, but parents often make sacrifices, and sometimes it is a choice now between whether it is one child that can go, whether it is two who can go, or whether none can go.
Professor Barriteau was addressing the presentation of an award to a UWI student from the Optimist Club this morning. Education Minister Ronald Jones is lamenting what he says is insufficient use of technology in schools. Jones was addressing the launch of a School Teacher Effectiveness Plan STEP program at the Eudine Teachers Training College on Monday. He wants teachers to embrace technology in order to continue the advancements in education.
I am burdened that we are not as effective in the use of the technologies as we should. Policymakers say, we're going to create all of these things. We're going to give you a good classroom with good technology and all of that. But yet we fear. We have to remove the fears and embed ourselves in the use. Because that's what children are using now. We're still testing students by paper tests that you might take 3 weeks to correct. Today's child does not exist in that environment. No 3-week environment, like Dr. Redder starts a conversation, waits 3 weeks to get a response from it with some young lady. No! The child wants to see what is the result of the work that I have done now. So we have to embrace very quickly the technology as part of the assessment exercise.
One tourism official is raising concern that the local sector is being affected by a case of mistaken identity. The Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., William Griffith, says some U.S. airlines and international booking agencies are confusing Barbados with storm-battered Barbuda, and they are not scheduling flights to Bridgetown because they believe that Barbados is the island that was devastated.
We were promoting events. We were saying that we were in business. On the other hand, then, with our PR agencies, we were doing some corrective action in terms of reaching out to media houses in the major markets, just to reassure them that we were open for business.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, touching one community at a time.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back now with news from the region. And there are concerns in St. Lucia over the high number of patients on dialysis. And local specialist Dr. Merle Clark says there are a number of steps that members of the public can take in order to reduce their risk of kidney diseases. We get more in this report from HTS News Force.
Dr. Merle Clark, host of the HTS talk show Healthwise, noted that the situation has not changed significantly, primarily because there is a constant stream of new dialysis patients. She says some have died due to a number of reasons, lack of financing being the major hindrance, but new patients show up every week. However, Dr. Clark indicates that the only way to decrease this steady stream of patients is to advocate prevention of chronic kidney disease. And while it may not be easy, the consultant nephrologist says prevention is possible. And in large measure, preventing kidney disease means preventing or controlling diabetes and hypertension.
Those two pathologies, which we speak about all the time, are responsible for over 60%, almost 70% of the cases of chronic kidney disease that we see. I mean, there are other simple measures that we could take: maintaining our weight, a healthy weight, BMI under 25, between 18 and 25, so see your doctor once a year, ensure your urine is tested and that is okay, that if there's anything awry with the urine as such, that can be caught early and treated. Most times those things can be treated. There are other diseases like lupus and what we call autoimmune diseases, which can cause chronic kidney disease, but there is treatment for those, and patients don't have to end up or progress to end-stage kidney disease.
Over in Haiti, opposition parties today announced the start of 4 days of protests in support of calls for President Jovenel Moïse to step down. Their demonstrations come less than a year after Moïse took up office. Spokesperson for the opposition coalition, Michel Andre, says the protests will not stop even though several supporters have been arrested. Andre says the anti-government demonstrations will now take place today and on Thursday, Saturday and next Tuesday. Last weekend, opposition members visited at least 40 protesters who were detained by police following demonstrations against the government's 2018 national budget. On the international scene, Kenya's opposition leader Raila Odinga announced today that he will not contest the court-ordered rerun of August's presidential election later this month. He argues that the October 26 poll will not be free or fair. President Uhuru Kenyatta says the election will proceed as planned, despite Odinga's withdrawal. The announcement from both men will prolong nearly 3 months of political uncertainty. One of Odinga's allies called for nationwide protests from tomorrow, raising fears of violent confrontations between police and protesters. But there is little sign that the demonstrations could boil over. And that's news this afternoon. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also find us on Mix 96.9 FM. I am Mary Claire Williams. Good afternoon.